Hello everyone, so it's been a while since I last had an update to you guys, and I'm so excited to share to you everything that happened to me a month ago. But before anything else, I am having my lunch. This is my lunch. If you're wondering what happened on the few first clips in this video, I went to the bookstore in my school. The school here had this protocol that it's better not to like have an exposure, more exposure with students. So what you will do, if you wanted to buy something at the bookstore, you're going to order it online, and then afterwards you're going to like schedule for a pickup. Today was my pickup at 2 p.m. I picked it up before eating lunch. So before anything else, before all of the storytellings about what really happened to me a month ago, from taking the plane from Manila, Philippines, to having a layover in Dubai International Airport, up until I arrived in Toronto, Canada. So I'm going to talk more about that details after I eat my lunch. Hello everyone, so I'm done eating my lunch and it's time for us to talk about something else. So let's talk about how I came here in Toronto and all the processes, all the documents that I hand in the airline before going here. And of course, we will talk about what really happened for me after I arrived here in Canada. So I'm also going to have a separate video about all of the important things that an international student is going to obtain or to have when they arrive here in Canada. Before anything else, I'm going to show you a clip of when I traveled from the day that's really my departure day. That's August 14. Let's go back to August 14, 2021, when I depart from Tacloban City to Toronto. Okay, nakumanan ako sa gate. Got here in the airport. Here's my boarding pass to Manila. So today's the day that I am going to fulfill all my dreams and ambitions in life. I'm gonna do this! I'm currently eating Jollibee, and I'm going to board in the next, I think, 2 hours. Look what I just got. Shopping na naman. I'm finally here in the box A380 bound to Toronto. It's time for breakfast. We're watching Iron Man. So now I've shown you guys enough footage or all of the clips that I had here when I traveled from Manila to Dubai layover and to Toronto. So actually when I went to Toronto, my aunt fetched me in the airport. Thankful to her because she really accommodated me. Like everything that I had right now, I really owe everything to her. So now let's talk about all of the details, all of the things that you should have, and all of the things that you should remind yourself of. So first things first, when I went to Tacloban to Manila, if you are going to Manila as the first departure going abroad, if you are from a province, please think of the terminals. First things first, you need to know where you're heading. So if you're from the province, always check the terminal. So I really had a bad thing about that because I bought a ticket for Philippine Airlines and it's going to arrive in Terminal 2 in Manila, and my second ticket from Manila to Dubai and Dubai to Toronto, that's pretty much not good. It's because I saw my tickets, it's in Terminal 3. So if I should have known that, I should have bought Cebu Pacific Air. So that's the first things first that you're going to think if you're from the province. But if you're from Manila, never mind. Second is all of the documents that you're going to submit. So first things first, Emirates do have this kind of validation. So they validate all of your papers from RT-PCR to the letter of acceptance if you're a student or working visa or something if you're working, and also your vaccination card. If you're not vaccinated, it's fine, but if you tested positive like mine, if you tested positive after your quarantine, like 15 days to 90 days, you know, positive as in like you're fresh from having the virus, so there's a possibility that you're going to test positive on your next swab test. So that's why actually my ending destination is Canada, right? So when that's your ending destination, you're going to see if what are the requirements you are going to obtain. So if you tested positive, then you're going to submit your positive result as long as it is still valid. So the validity for that is 15 days to 90 days. So what I did is that I submitted my positive test result. As you all know, I tested positive last July 4. So when I had my trip to Manila, then went back, I tested positive for that. And the happy thing about that is that I don't need to like get my swab test done few days before my departure. Sad thing about that is that you're going to have lots of challenges because I have to wait 30 minutes for that, and in order for me to get my validation from the validation booth in Terminal 3. So thankfully they just understand. I just show them my positive test result and vaccination card and their certificate of vaccination. And also never forget, if you're going out of the country, you are going to ask for a certificate saying that you are allowed to go out of the country, or you're allowed to travel right now, like you don't have any symptoms or signs about COVID-19, especially during this pandemic, because you never know what happens. So at least you do have a certification from the government, or at least from your nearest community hospital or health unit or whatsoever. At least you do have that. That's why they allowed me to catch the plane. Everything from the immigration in Manila, it was so smooth that they, so smooth because I do have the requirements that they needed. Like for example, letter of acceptance from school, and what else? I think the letter of acceptance is very powerful because you already have a student visa. So I think that's it. And then when I had my layover in Dubai, I also got to, not the immigration that you're going to exit the Dubai International Airport, it's in this separate one, is when you're going to board the plane. So there's a little bit of I think immigration is, I don't know if that's the right term for that, but you have to submit all of your important documents also. And when I arrived here in Toronto, so this is the following steps, step by step, that you're going to have. First one is you're going to the declaration. Thankfully, the person or the guy next to me, or the one that's working in the declaration team, something, he's a Filipino, so he knows like speaking Tagalog. So I speak Tagalog very not fine. So anyways, so yeah, I declared my dried foods, and then after the declaration you are going to the first immigration officer, which is just straight off. And then after that, he's going to ask you about the school, about where you're going to live, and about things like what my course is. And oh, you got pretty much in demand course. So well, afterwards you're going to the second immigration, which is he's going to issue about your study permit and your working permit. Of course, even though you're a student, you have to have a working permit, non-co-op or co-op. It's because that's one needed requirement when you get an SIN. SIN is something that you're going to show when you're going to apply for a part-time job, since international students can work 20 hours per week when you are going to have your semester, like ongoing semester. And as far as I remember, if you are an international student and you are in summer months, I think you can have a full-time job. I think that's a positive thing. You have to confirm that, but I've heard a lot of news about that. So anyways, that's the first things first that you're going to ask. If the immigration officer isn't issuing you any working permit, you should have to ask him again that you are going to have a working permit, because you are going to work 20 hours per week, since that's the only allowable working hours for international students. And after that, I went home, and that's it, in my aunt's place. So I have to stay there for almost 3 weeks, I think. Yeah, I think that's 3 weeks. Everyone, so quick update for what really happened for me in the past few days is that currently here in Toronto, Canada, and I am staying at my aunt's place. I will be staying here up until the first week of September, it's because they're going to give me a ride to my dormitory the day before my school starts. I'm just gonna enjoy the few more days of stay here. I'm not in quarantine. I'm going to show you guys a clip of our trip from Wasaga Beach and also Niagara Falls. So if you've been following me on Instagram, you know that I went to Wasaga Beach, I went to Niagara Falls, and also a side trip to Ottawa and Quebec. But I didn't have any clips of my Ottawa and Quebec. It's because I just had my phone with me. I didn't bring this camera with me. So yep, I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Please do watch the next clips. It's fun, and at least you can see, you know, some of the clips from my trip. Have a great day, and I hope you guys enjoy. Don't forget to like this video, comment down below, subscribe to my channel, and press that bell button in order for you to get notified whenever I post something. So yeah, I think that's it for today, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Hello, so we're at Walmart right now.
To take the exit toward Express.
Yeah. Oh, there they go. Hey, moving on that road. Hey, sunny day. Hey, even if the sun goes down on you, you gotta keep that shine on top, yeah. On top, yeah. On top, yeah. And even if the sun goes down on you, you gotta keep that shine on top, yeah. On top, yeah. On top, yeah. I'm cruising through the city. Had to get outside, it couldn't get any more pretty. I'm moving.